Okay, so as you guys may remember, Drak commissioned me to create a Father's Day breedability tier list as it pertains to Final Fantasy XIV. And for that video, I ended up contracting the help of many of you to star in a lot of these scenes. What I do remember from this video was that I was struggling to come up with ideas for all of these jobs. Some of them came to me like right away. I knew what I wanted to do, and other ones were a stretch, and I just said, F it, let's just go ahead and do this. Some of them are a little more raunchy than the others. Here's the actual script right here, right? So, like, you know, we started writing out the scenes. We're like, okay, Paladin here. Here's my notes. Paladin dressed up formally, flowers in hand, looks nervous, shows up to house for a date, knocks on door opens. Behind is a BDSM dressed person. Paladin blushes and then puts up guard. Blue screen. H2O at door, has flowers, knocks on door, looks nervous. H2O looks shocked. Close up of BDSM Volpini standing at door, does sexy emote. H2O shakes head in no fashion. H2O does Paladin thing. That's basically how the process for the creation of this video ended up working. So the Grinding Gear guys ended up watching it. I can only hope that they were enthralled by this video. I guess we shall see.
Hey everyone, and welcome to our Clips and Highlights channel. If you want to keep up with everything Kyle and I have going on, make sure you subscribe to the main Grinding Gear YouTube channel, which is where we actually do these streams. That's right, we stream right here on YouTube. Oh, and sub to the Grinding Gear podcast. Apple, Google, Spotify, really any podcast.
You can't tell me what to do.
We're probably there.
I do what I want.
Thanks.
We do have to do one of about the same length here. It's very important.
Okay.
We were given this video because...
What is the title of this?
We were given this video because one Imprix...
Are we allowed to show this?
Imprix went to... the content creator was like, hey...
There are dildos in the video, though they might be hard to distinguish from the sage weapons that they were meant to replace. Aside that, there's some provocative scenes. But not really, right? There's no modded hardcore nudity or anything in here. So.
I want to share you with the GG guys. What video would you recommend they watch of yours first?
I don't want to know that the creator of this is aware that we're watching.
And they were like, oh, that's so great of you to ask. That's so great of you to ask. I've got the perfect suggestion for you. If anyone were to meet my content for the very first time, I would want them to see this.
Oh, so Drak said that? You know, that actually, that means a lot to have taken part in a video that Drak would like to showcase to first-time viewers. Yeah, entirely safe for work here, right?
See, look how excited the people are. It's happening.
Oh, do we have... Oh, no, there's no chat replay here, huh?
It's a Christmas stream.
Unless we went to the live broadcast.
What the fuck is the title of this video?
Do you know how many babies are born in September?
The title of this video is FFXFE Job Breedability Tier List.
Countered.
No,
let's watch.
Confused. What does that have to do with anything?
How's the volume?
Well, you said it's Christmas.
Yeah, but the video's not Christmas.
Well, technically, I believe he made this for Father's Day.
Just hit play.
Let's find out.
Is right around the corner. So, to celebrate, I'm making a tier list of what Final Fantasy jobs are the most
it's
dad.
wholesome.
That is the most
Very
important
wholesome.
part of becoming a dad, the breeding portion. Note that this tier list doesn't take into consideration how much fun each job has with the process,
Immediate
but how
hand on-
effective they
on
are in
face.
getting the job done,
See?
so to speak. And here we have S in red.
So for that opening sequence, I just took inspiration from some of my favorite dads in the entire game, right? We have dad cred, great dad moment. We have dad of light here, great dad, you know. And then, you know, this is one of my favorite moments in the game as well, with the twins and their dad. And then probably the best dad of them all, best father-son relationship right here.
Getting the job done,
See?
so to speak. And here we have S in
Prime
red, like a
example.
pregnancy strip positive sign. And F down here in blue for... Anyway, without further ado...
This is scientific. He has broken down As a father, the important jobs and their ability to, he even segmented it to make sure he would have future content.
Here's my final.
I'm not gonna
fantasy-
lie, people have asked, okay, when are we getting, I know they've asked Drak, when are we getting like the professions, the crafters and the gatherers and stuff, and I don't know if that were to happen, I have no idea what the hell I would do, assuming he asked me to help him out with that one. So I'm hoping that doesn't become a thing.
The 14 job breedability tier list. Starting off with Paladin.
This H2O.
Strong, reliable, consistent. The perfect companion for you.
I believe this was the first scene that we shot. There's free run in the back as well. And you might be thinking, well, H2O is free run and H2O is also here. How the hell did this work? Through the magic of superior editing skills. We have H2O on screen at the same time in different forms. It's kind of amazing, right?
You vanilla enjoyers out there.
Carpenter would.
They tend to make a spectacle of their finisher, but you always know when it's coming.
It's Volpini.
Unfortunately, their potency leaves much to be desired. After all, Paladin...
Okay, wait. Can we look at the juxtaposition here between these two? One of them who burst out laughing, he's all giggly. The other one, who's a little bit just like this. At the Volpini
There's
reveal.
always used protection.
The duality of man.
So, while they aren't bad partners, they're not breeding anyone.
I will say, when I rewatched this video, when Drak posted it, there was something that got effed up with the audio. I don't know if it was Drak himself who did it, or maybe he has access to some fancy YouTube thing, or maybe I wasn't aware of LUFS at the time, but maybe YouTube did it on the back end, because there are some sounds in this video that are extremely loud compared to how I edited them. That part being one of them, but it's not the most egregious example of that. That's basically a joke of the carpenter job quest. You work with Timber Master Beaton, who loves wood. Wait, are you serious? Wait, you're shitting me. Timber Master Beaton, who loves wood? Okay. All right, that is real. That is real. Okay. That's the thing. Okay, I might have to go become a carpenter then at some point here. But yeah, like I said, this was the script for the Paladin video. Very vanilla, but I had a clear idea of what I wanted to do for that one, so there it is. Here.
I think that's fair. That makes
Next,
sense.
we have Warrior to take you for a ride on the
There's
wild
Envy.
side. They're the types to pick
That's
you up
female
and throw
version of
you
me.
on the bed. Or through a wall. And you know they're always going for that inner release. Let's just say their intuition isn't the only thing they like raw. You're already pregnant. S tier.
There you this is science. This is
Okay, I'm glad we're getting some chuckles out of them. If there's one thing that I don't get nervous by much, but if there's one thing that makes me nervous is it happened with the Randy Marsh vid, was seeing people react to it. Seeing people is very different from reading comments, people who watched it. So that's good. The warrior scene was, if I remember correctly, one of the ones that we did kind of later on. I wasn't quite sure what to do with it. Now, in Drak's script, for a lot of these jobs, right, he uses a lot of the job actions in his actual script, so I was just trying to think of a way to incorporate that. We'll throw you onto the bed or through a wall. I had some other ideas for how I wanted to do this, but it was going to take way too much editing. So we just went with this one instead, with a nice look over. And, assumptions have to be made about what happens next.
systematic breakdowns. How can you make these faces? The amount of effort that was put into just creating this list, not even the editing, just the list itself. Let's continue.
Unbreaker.
There's me.
I barely know her. These ones hit you hard and
There's
fast
Noelle.
with an explosive finish. Unfortunately for you, the only protection they know is shooting one off early. And they never fire blanks. A tier.
Yes! Yes!
Moving on to Dark Knight, these bad boys
That one I remember I had a pretty decent idea. It just seemed to marry up with the Hildebrand sound effects pretty nicely. But yeah, so that was Noelle's debut here in the video, I believe. And here's Nawel again, but this time in male form.
Boys put everything they've got into the first 15 seconds.
Wow. Well, you know.
Roll over. Not quite enough time to pull out before they blade everywhere, but TBN didn't break, so you're safe. F tier.
Try again when you've become a man.
I'm sorry,
On to
dude.
Okay. What's going on, Horn? I don't know if you guys can hear it in the background, but I used some of Seth Rogen's lines from that movie he did with Charlize Theron, where she's the president and he's something, president's aide, and they fall in love. They have a sex scene where Joe Rogan blasts his load in like 2 seconds. I used that in the background of this. I don't know if you can hear it. Also, fun fact, I think how we did this scene is, while this is Nawel in male form, there was actually Volpini playing Nawel. So this is Nawel in male form, but that's Volpini playing Nawel in male form. That's Volpini's character who Nawel is playing. I'm pretty sure. You need to see that movie. Never heard of it. I forget what it's called, but just look up. Wait, did I say Joe Rogan? Not Joe Rogan. The Pineapple Express guy. You know what I'm talking about? All right, let's just pull it. Did I say Joe Rogan? Seth Rogen. It's called The Long Shot. With these two. That's the movie. But there's some lines there.
Dark Knight, these bad boys put everything they've got into the
Seth
first
Rogen, yes.
15
Oh,
seconds.
wow. Well, you know.
Roll over. Not quite enough time to pull out before they blade everywhere, but TBN didn't break, so you're safe. F tier.
Try again when you've become a man.
I'm sorry,
On to
dude.
healers.
Seems to be a hit
White
so far.
mages can keep you going for hours.
This was one of
They're
the
very attentive and make sure
first scenes
your
we did
needs
as
are
well.
met.
like the music just peaks there for some reason. It's super loud.
It's so emotional.
Ultimately, however, they'll sacrifice you to the blood god, leaving you a virgin. F tier.
Try again when you've become a man.
Scholars
So I think that was a scene that I had scripted early on. I had an idea of what I wanted to do. I think it was, well, H2O is the one who made a lot of this happen, but H2O, I think it was H2O's idea to be Edda. Light Edda turning into Dark Edda at a certain point. So H2O made that scene, and that was Volpini's character also playing a role in that scene as well. Yeah, I just have romantic montage cut to sacrificial chamber. That's the only note I needed. And then we just went off and just filmed a bunch of different things.
on the other hand, already have a kid to look after, so they use a lot of protection. Still, they'll bring in their friend
Sorrel.
Seraph to keep things spicy in the bedroom.
B tier.
Unfortunately, the shields are so big you almost can't feel anything. Seraph is still a freak though. D tier.
You and I.
Wow.
Now, astrologians tend to
That was probably one of my more favorite ones to do because it was a bit different from all the other ones that we do. I don't know how we got into the whole, cowboy spaghetti western showdown thing. But we made it happen, and I was very happy with that one. So there was Sorrel, Volpini, and H2O starring in that scene.
try a bit too hard.
How come this timestamp says Asians? Did you use Google automated timestamps? Because it has intro, it's a Christmas stream, the tier list, my tier list, white mages, and then Asians. And then demon, ninja, bard, black mage, blue mage, conclusion. Okay, so we're officially in the Asian section of the video according to YouTube here.
Wow.
Now, astrologians tend to try a bit too hard.
That is true.
They bring some toys into the bedroom, but it's usually just their cards to do magic tricks, which consequently is their idea of foreplay. This usually doesn't end up leading anywhere, and just like Macrocosmos, they end up right back where they started. F tier.
Try again when you become a man.
What even is demon? It probably... We have Dragoon here. Oh, we have the Reaper here. The Reaper is part of the demon part here. It was definitely automated here. So the Astrologian one, I remember being one that we did fairly early on with Volpini and Sorel. That one, I think they had a pretty decent idea of what I wanted to do here. Person sitting at table, looking bored. Person in foreground, behind the back shot. Depth of field in foreground. Slowly transitions. Okay, well, we didn't do all of that. Some dude is posing as Astrologian. Lead up scene, 2 people half naked getting ready for sexy times. That's all the notes we had, and then we made something happen out of those notes. So I was in the Sage part, if I remember right. I was in the corner in the Sage, yes. So yeah, John was part of the Sage creation process here, where he stood in the corner to facilitate whatever the movement ability is for Sages here. So yeah. We're doing well, Horn. We're just doing some reactions to a thing that I was a part of. Here is Sage.
Sage,
Welcome,
by
so
contrast,
true.
brings
Welcome,
a
my
bunch of
friend.
other
Yeah,
toys
that
that can be
was-
controlled simultaneously.
It's company down here.
Dildos.
That was rough but fair.
You'll be getting holes filled you
They didn't
never
even
knew
notice
you
the
had.
dildos.
If that wasn't enough, protection is always optional with them. By the time you've come to your senses, however, they've Icarused away.
There's Volpini and
You
Noel.
now
I
have
already
twins.
knew 14
Hey,
players weren't okay. This just confirms
Start
it.
off our melee DPS.
There's a different sort of mind state that one has to adapt when working with Drak. Which, by the way, Drak is very pleasant and very easy and very just good to work with. But yeah, there's a certain sense of humor that is, it's awesome that it's there, because it just allows me, there's stuff that I'll do in other edits where I'm just like, F it, like, let's just do it. I'm sure Drak would laugh at this. Here's the thing with Drak and Nest and all those people that I've come to learn, is they're not afraid to laugh at themselves at all. Right? In fact, that's the whole point, to laugh at themselves, right? So it's really been a pleasure. Yeah, reactions to reactions to reactions. I think the Sage one, I had maybe a decent idea of what I wanted to do. I knew that I probably wanted to do something with dildos. So that was the first not safe for work mod, I suppose, that I had truly downloaded, which was a convert some Sage weapons into dildo mod. But it was done in a tactful way. They didn't even notice when the dildos popped out over here. There's no reaction to it at all. So, but you can clearly see the ball sacks here, and then the shaft and all that good stuff. So, dildos. And then we just defaulted. So I think for a lot of these videos, when I just ran out of ideas, I just defaulted to, okay, let's just do like a doggy style sort of scene or something. You'll see this with the ninja video. But then, we just try to differentiate it. So we add the jackhammer sound and some camera shake as opposed to the ninja one, which was, you'll see that when it comes up. But yeah, so when in doubt, doggy style, default.
but fair.
You'll be getting holes filled you never knew you had.
Knew 14 players weren't okay. This just
To
confirms
start
it.
off our melee DPS, monks always bring a lot of energy to the
Just
table
envy,
for the
H2O.
bedroom. They're a little excessive with their use of different positions, but they keep things interesting. They are a bit clingy though, and we
I love the look on Garrett's face. Throughout most of these, by the way, like this is his face like for 99% of this. Let's just appreciate the look.
things interesting. They are a bit clingy though, and they will cry if you're apart for too long, at least until Dawn Trail. Still, they'll finish 3 times before they're done. And now you can somehow take a fist.
What?
A tier.
Yes! Yes!
Now Dragoons will tell
That
you
was just
how
a
they're
lead
gonna
up for a
tie
fisting
you
joke.
up.
That's all that was.
Yes, that was a lead up for a fisting joke. Oftentimes it's easier to work from the conclusion of something and work backwards from that, which is what we did for the monk video. But yeah, so Envy participated in some of these as well. H2O was Lise. And H2O had, I think that's the first time that I saw the breakneck mod. I was like, that's perfect. And then H2O also has the stomp on them mod, which worked very well for that. We have Dragoon.
Here.
Yes! Yes!
Now, Dragoons will tell
That
you
was
how
just a
they're
lead
going
up
to
for a
tie
fisting
you
joke.
up,
That's all that was.
Yeah.
but somehow always forget the rope. While their thrusting is always very potent, they may need you to get them back up from time to time.
The music's very loud there for some reason.
Still, they've got a very strong pullout game, though this usually leads them to getting too fancy with it and banging their heads on the dresser.
They don't even make it to the finish line. They're dead.
Yeah, they jump off the edge, yeah.
D tier.
You and I will speak later.
Now, if Reaper's edge
Dragoon was one that I was struggling to come up with an idea for. So I think for that one, I thought, oh, okay, we'll just have Sorrel Dragoon. It'd be cool from a technical perspective if she just jumped from one area to another. And I think we were talking about, okay, we're going to increase the elevation of each scene, get higher and higher as we go. So that was Sorrel. Ended up in Ultima Thule. And then that was Volpini's other Dragoon here. So Sorrel and Volpini.
D tier.
You and I will speak later.
Now, if Reaper's edgy personality doesn't do it for you, maybe their second, edgier
I love
one
this
will.
one.
They're surprisingly routine with their loving, until that second personality comes out. When that happens, they'll finish fast, but very hard.
They're all about reaping, they're not
Congratulations
about
on your
sowing.
demon baby. A tier.
Wow, wow.
Ninjas all
That was probably one of my favorite ones. I just think it's so funny. But that was Sorrel there. That was Reaper H2O and Volpini Ghost Lalafell. What notes do we do for that one? Yeah, okay. So I think for this one we're playing off edgier personality. Little Ghost is the edgier personality. Comes out at opportune moments or inopportune moments, one might say. There it is. Ninja.
always know how to get you in the mood, because they're great with their hands. They will lose focus if you make them move around too much, though. Still, they'll be able to bring out their bunshin for double the fun.
Adding this to a list.
They still prefer to sneak it in
I'll
from
tell you what
behind.
list.
B tier.
Yes! Yes!
As I mentioned before, I think Ninja was just another instance of, I don't really know what to do, so let's default to a doggy style thing, and then we just make it different from the other doggy style things that we doggied on up. Ninjas can now move around in bed better. That was, so this was H2O, I believe, and then this is Envy Ninja. And then, yeah, I actually really like the little phone scene here as well, which, yeah, came out pretty good. Pretty good. I like the montage. I thought it was a nice little montage of a ninja doing his jutsus and stuff.
Tell you what list.
B tier.
Yes!
I was
Yes!
pretty happy with that one.
Samurai.
This is Ace.
The perfect lover.
Okay,
And
still have a
Sorrel.
good chance.
Just when you think they're done, bam, they hit you with another one. They apparently haven't ever heard the term refractory period. Every hit just gets bigger. You're now homesteading in Doma with 9 children. S tier.
Okay, well, okay.
We found it.
all
We
right.
found
Okay,
the
cool.
Kick
Ferguson.
things off with physical.
So that one was, I definitely think we planned that one with the idea of having the Lalafell scene at the end. So yeah, I just wrote romantic sensual time lapse. Cut to depressed parents in a room with 9 Lalafells running around. We just did it at somewhere else. But I forget who played the Lalafells. But some of you guys played the Lalafells. There's a lot of different Lalafells there. Yeah. But that was Ace. Ace was able to help facilitate this one.
range.
I think Bard might be my favorite one.
We found it.
all
We
right.
found
Okay,
the
cool.
To kick
Ferguson.
things off with physical range, do we have Bard? Bard always has the best mood music. Yet, in spite of having something for almost every situation, You still somehow leave disappointed.
None of these are love bangers.
No.
Still
That's
get
the
job
point.
Done, just not well. B tier.
Yeah, I think
Now,
that was kind of
machinists
the
are
point. Yeah.
Now, machinists are a bit.
Yeah, that was the point of that one. Fun fact: the 1,000 Miles song here is the Terry Crews rendition in White Chicks, where he's singing along to the song in his car. You can hear Terry Crews.
You still somehow something for almost every situation.
Yeah, you can hear a little Terry Crews under there. So that's Terry Crews.
Yeah.
Now, machinists are a bit too enthusiastic about the toys they bring in.
We're just going for it.
If you don't stay on your toes, one of
I
you
didn't know where
could
this
end
one
up
was
in a
going either.
hospital,
I'm not gonna lie.
and not for delivery. They typically have intimacy issues and prefer to stay at a distance, while they watch their queen do the work. D tier.
You and I will speak later.
Dancer will
I think Machinist is one of the ones that we did last. I definitely wasn't quite sure what to do for that one. But I remember that I had this cool little scope green screen effect, and I was like, okay, we could probably use that for the Machinist in some way. So hence the Machinist one. Envy makes a surprise appearance at the end there, though I think I played the part of Envy. All of this, or this part here, this was blue screened in. You could probably tell by the way the lighting is for... Yeah, so we green screened in Volpini and Queen here as well. And then yeah.
do the work. Their finger. D tier.
You and I will speak later.
Dancer will have you wrapped around their finger.
Okay, here's
you
a chance
seem
for
to
you.
perform better
Make
with
a
them as your
comeback.
partner than anyone else.
We're too
They can
interested
get
in
in
ourselves.
close,
We
but
spend way
also
too
know
much
to
time
give you
dancing.
space when you need it. They will also, however, parse shame you and immediately leave you for someone with a bigger one. You're still stuck with child support. A tier. Yes! On to magical range.
Magical
Black
is up.
Mage is probably
Now you would have probably used Kona. We could have used Kona in there, yeah. Yeah, if Dawn Trail was around at that time, huh? So the dancing one was pretty simple, or the dancer one I think was pretty simple. We're like, okay, well we'll just have the dancers dance. It was Volpini and H2O dancing, and it took some multiple takes, but they synced up their actions pretty well in some of these takes, so that's what we ended up
wrapped
using.
around their finger.
Okay,
Pretty-
here's
You
a
seem
chance
to
for you.
pretty
perform
good there.
better
Make
with
a
them as your
comeback.
partner than. On to magical range.
Logic
Black
holds up.
Mage is probably the most toxic lover out there. Their goal is always to finish as fast as they can, and they don't really care about your needs. They also only ever get close when they need something. While they do carry protection, they also have no idea how to use it. For some reason, you keep coming back for more, too. S tier. Now,
I think for the Black Mage one, all I wanted was to do some black and white, sad French film sort of thing. We decided to go with the Lalafels because we hadn't really used Lalafels up until that point. That was Sorel Lalafell and Volpini Lalafell. They contributed, if I remember, quite a bit. Like the slap scene, I remember we're just going to different areas and just doing different things. We're just coming up with scenes and things to do on the fly. Then we had the idea for the slap, and then Sorel took it a bit further. She's like, "Oh, I'll do the play dead after you slap me." I did a little bit of a speed ramp here for the slap to make it actually feel in time
when they need something.
somewhat. Otherwise, it was just going to come off as really delayed. But yeah, this is one of my favorite ones too to do. Little vignette, little
S tier.
lines and dots and shit on the screen.
Now, summoners are the type to insist on a threesome
Oh,
every time.
Oh, wow.
Hello, Astarion.
Yeah.
And they have a huge furry kink. While freaky, they tend to be more interested in the partners they bring in than with you. Even then, they prefer to watch more than participate. You're still pregnant, but you'll need a few paternity tests. B tier.
I have questions.
Yes.
Wait, how did
Red
we get
Mage, in
there? What?
contrast,
So, I think for that one, the summoner one, I was struggling with a little bit. I knew we had to just include the carbuncle in it in some way because it was also part of Drak's script. It was H2O's executive decision to be Asterion in a bikini. So that's on H2O. I think all I probably wrote here was like, oh, okay, so we actually had some scenes planned out. Yeah, we knew we wanted the summoner in a furry suit. We wanted some carbuncle interaction. Asterion was all H2O's idea. So you can thank H2O for that
can
one.
be whatever you need them to be.
Oh no, Graha.
Don't bring Raha into this.
Oh, there's no music.
They're in it for the long haul and will get you up as many times as you need.
Did you do that, Nawal? Did you mute the music on this section here? So here, I guess the problem with that, right, is a long section of a track that I probably got from Epidemic Sound. So if you guys don't have Epidemic Sound, then you probably maybe get a copyright thing. But it sounds like you isolated the music away from this.
Still, they pull out almost every time before their big finish. F tier.
Try again when you've become a man.
As an
You didn't do it. Well, you did the Asterion thing. I don't know if it was this one that you did. Might have been the GG guys. Okay. So here's how it's supposed to actually sound, which I think the music adds quite a bit to it. It sounds like there's no music for this next. Okay, we'll play these two in sequence, and then I'll show you with the actual sound. Oh, you guys
honorary
probably heard it.
mention, we've got Blue...
Yeah,
we've got
they definitely-
Blue Mage here.
They definitely
They're
isolated
the
the
ones who
music.
catfished you into thinking they were a real job before meeting up.
Oh, okay. I'm glad I'm not the only
Even
one.
if
who
you
calls
do
them a
get
fake
further
job.
than that, they always end up calling you at 3 a.m. when nothing else is going on. Anytime you actually want to hang out with them, you can't seem to find the time either. But they will bring their marble to all your intimate encounters. C tier.
Welcome!
And that's it for my tier list. What do you think? Did I rate your job accurately?
No, 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 no!
Do you think your job has more spunk than I gave them credit for?
Yes.
Do you want your 10 minutes back?
You will not bother me again.
Let me know in the comments. Also, big thank you to Kev, creator of Randy Marsh's The Warrior of Light,
There's
and
everyone.
his friends for bringing my own masterpiece to life. Couldn't have done it without ya. Until next time, though, God bless you all, and we'll see you in the next one.
What are you doing? What are you doing? On my account? Yeah, you need to go to your account.
Oh, but then
You go-
it's
you're-
not on stream.
What were you gonna do?
I was
What-
gonna type your tier list as trash. How dare you put Dark Knight down and out? How dare you?
Yeah, no, you weren't feeling this.
You just don't use the Blackest Night because it's a DPS loss. simple.
I mean,
simple way to
there
fix
was-
that issue.
Yeah, there was some. Wait, no. I think there's a lot I agree with. I think like Black Mage kind of got up there without really trying. There was some favoritism there. I'm not sure what happened. That was just pure DPS. I'm not. It didn't seem like the other Lalafell was having a good time either. But I guess I'm a little confused as to what the basic
It didn't seem like the other Lalafell was having a good time either.
this was now after so many idioms. What was the accolades we were attempting to divine?
How well the job can breed somebody.
In order to rank them? Was it their potency?
In a way, yes.
Because that seems like what S ended up being, was potency.
We appeared to move back and forth to the giving and receiving.
Yeah.
Without I feel like the rules were not delineated.
They weren't clear.
The rules
They
were
not
clear.
but it did serve the purpose.
I feel like the rules
to
were clear.
make as many jokes as possible and expose us to which emotes were being used for the ERP, which I feel like I learned something today.
Most of a majority of the emotes here, at least more than half of the emotes here, were vanilla emotes. For the like the whole Dark Knight scene, that was all vanilla emotes, right? The only other non-vanilla emote stuff was like the neck breaking and the stomping and whatnot, but you know.
I mean, I saw some things of questionable origins. So I'm not going to chuck it all up to emotes.
Yeah, but there, you know, there was some.
Yeah. Hey, you know, it was
an experience.
like many of the scenes in this video. It was an experience.
It was an experience.
It was an experience. So, you know what?
Noel, hey, Noel. Sorry, I missed this. By the way, Garrett, you can't escape the connection. I acted in and am part of the thumbnail of that video. This being the Drak's breedability tier list.
Oh, I see.
Oh, no.
Oh, I didn't know. Well, I'm glad.
Oh, no.
I'm glad we all learned so many things today.
Congratulations, Noel. You made history. It seemed, I guess, it seemed like they enjoyed it. There was some, I think Kyle enjoyed it a lot more than Garrett. But I think deep down, Garrett truly enjoyed it. He was just, you know, putting on a face. But it seemed like they liked it. So that's good. That's all I ever wanted. Yeah, Kyle is the man of culture. We'll updo that. I love how Kyle gets this while Garrett is full on shoot me now. Garrett's perpetual disgust priceless. Dear Drak, if you're reading this, when will you have an update with the new jobs? Already working on it. That's a lie. Unless he's scripting something out, but that's a lie as far as I'm aware of. I hate to break it to you. Raja Buddha. Garrett's pain and suffering. Yeah, I feel that too, man. Drak has incredible videos. His raid progs are very funny. The video being Nest idea of the good first Nest video is such a Nest thing to do. This is even why they're famous. Yeah, very true. Drak collab will be on one of those. Yep. Drak's curse side. Drak needs to be. Yep. What did I just watch? Very good. Very cool. Now, well, how many kids did you get from filming this video? You were bred quite a few times. I feel like you were more on the being bred side of the acting scene than doing the breeding. Even in the scenario where your character was doing the breeding, you were technically still being bred.